So, Jeshua, why has your family line just simply disappeared? So I got a question that came in that was for Jeshua, and once again, I don't channel Jeshua, but this is just from my perspective of what he might say. The question was, your family's disappearance from history, your brothers and sisters, life with you, what happened? The family's disappearance from history. If you think about this on a lot of levels, supposedly he was from the line of King David. Of course, we know historically that that's already messed up, because even the Bible itself says he came from two different lines of David. Yes, it was from David, but from two different people in the family, so they have no clue. So the line of David was specifically to make him match Jewish prophecy. But the reality of it is that his family's disappearance from history is because they weren't of the line of David. They weren't of great means. They were just a normal family. They were just a normal family, and he came to an awakening at a very young age. And coming to his awakening, he was the one who stood out amongst that family. The rest of the family kind of went away. James the Just was the last one that I know of. I don't know about the sisters, but he's the last one I know of. But he committed suicide. He killed himself, and instead of denouncing Jeshua, he killed himself instead of denouncing Jeshua. Why did his family disappear from history? Because the stories are built up around him. The deification of Jeshua became the important part. The brothers and sisters, the rest of the family fell to the wayside. From my memory, when in the regression, Joseph was already dead when John met him, and Mary and at least James, the brother, were traveling with them. So why did they disappear from history? Because they were a family just like yours and mine. In that regard, you and I might just be normal people in the world, and our families are never going to make it into the history books. They're never going to make it into the spiritual text, because we're just normal people. That's the greatest story of Jeshua, is the fact that he was just like us. He was a normal person who came to an enlightened space, who came to an understanding of his own divinity, and that in itself makes it an even better story. Because the reality of it is that was the core of his teachings, that we are the same as he, that there is no one to be deified, there is no one dictating your life, there is no God above who is saying you must. There is none of that. There is simply you and your belief and your experience. He was showing us he had discovered this. He had found this. Greater works than I've done you will do. And it comes down to you coming to the space of realizing that you are the creator of that experience, and you are the one who gets to come to that space. But his family were lost to history because they were just normal people. We all know the old adage that history is written by the victors, right? Well, the victors in this case were Rome, and Rome wrote the Bible. So what was important? Jeshua. The family had no importance after that to Rome, especially. And so that is why the family fell down in history. And the other thing is Rome was not going to push hard the concept of David. They were not going to push it hard. They had those mentions, made it in there, appease the Jewish folks, but they were not leaning into that line of David, because that would have meant that he was a king above the emperor of Rome. And that was why that was not going to be something that the Roman Church would ever promote. And so when it comes down to why his family went away from history, their story wasn't one that matched what the church wanted it to be. And so that's my thought on this. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.